Alright, continuing on with Greedfall. When I recorded this last time, I thought I was going to pick the game up immediately and start playing again. And I did try to, but it ended disastrously. So, I'm just going to pretend that recording didn't happen, and, yeah. So, when last I left off with this, there was a big gunfight. I was trying to chase this chick down just to ask her a question, and she thought I was coming to kill her. So she ran off and got herself shot.
Tiarnahak? She is unconscious. We need to bring her back to her village. She needs to be tended to. But first, I'm going to make sure that we haven't forgotten anything.
Pretty sure I looted everybody before, Yeah, screw it. Let's go.
Tiarnahak, we need to bring her... We should leave right away. Is she going to survive?
Yes, she will heal. They were not shooting to kill her. And we are resistant, you know. The bond empowers us. It gives us the vigor of animals, the resilience of trees. It's undoubtedly for that reason that your alliance is so interested in us.
Gosh, she's creepy.
Tiarnahak, she does not mean to harm you. Please, let me...
What do you want from me, Ranaikse?
We were manipulated by the Alliance. We had no idea that they sought to capture you. We believed their fable of a miraculous remedy. We killed the man that wounded you. He will hunt you no longer. And their governor will have explaining to do.
I suppose I should thank you for having pulled me from their claws and bringing me here. And to have crushed the life out of a few of these parasites. There is indeed a remedy. But I doubt that I can do anything against this sickness that you describe. I don't know it. And I don't see how I could create a remedy that would heal it.
Perhaps you could try? We are desperate.
This remedy was prepared for a precise purpose. To heal those who escaped the claws of the Alliance. These monsters capture the Sinol Menoi and torture them, bleed them, put things in their veins. Those that do escape are in such agony that our care and comfort are not enough to mend them. That's why I made this remedy. Not for your Malikor. My people have never fallen prey to such sickness.
How can you be so sure? Perhaps it's your tremendous resistance that protects you from the sickness.
Perhaps. Enon Mil Frictimen protects us all.
Enon Mil Frictimen?
God of 1,000 faces in your tongue. The one and many who protects us and our island. They and we are tied and bound, as they are tied and bound to you. Their generosity to our people is infinite, but the crimes of the Renaigse enrage it. After all, perhaps your Malikor is their vengeance.
This is strange. The two tracks that we followed have led us to the same name. Enon Mil Frictimen.
The god of 1,000 faces. But I don't believe he is the origin of your sickness. He protects us. He watches over us.
That's right. We know that the congregation came to this island long ago. A lot longer than we first thought. The Malikor could be a consequence of that first attempt to colonize. A curse cast at that epoch, brought back by the first defeated colonists. After all, are they not the reason the first guardians of the native legends appeared? Whatever, one thing is certain. If there is something or someone on this island powerful enough to heal the Malikor, it is certainly him. We need to bring this news back to Constantine. Even if we don't have a remedy as of yet, he will be happy to know that we have made progress.
Level up! One skill point. I'll just keep going with this. I think I'm just gonna max out. I've already got everything I need out of this one. So I guess I'm just building towards making a bomb. Agility. All damage inflicted in melee combat. Swords. Spells. MP spells. Endurance. Increase life points. And then strength. Melee attacks. Wear the heaviest armors. I think I'm gonna keep going with agility. I'm building a very, very specific kind of character. Like, I have a stereotype in mind when I'm building this character. I could get maximum insight or buff craftsmanship again. Allows you to recycle pieces of equipment to create ingredients even without a crafting table. Advanced weapon and armor upgrades. There's also lock picking. Science. No, I'm gonna keep going with it. Got a max intuition. There we go. I am a charming and intuitive motherfucker. I'm only missing one more point here too. Level 28. That's gonna be a while. Alright. Anything left to do in this area? Or in general, actually. I gotta talk to Petrus. Let's quick. Oh. Save real quick. Travel. Going back to talk to Constantine. But first, let's chat up Petrus for a little bit.
I'm happy you came to find me. Allow me to apologize once again. I should have spoken to you sooner, told you what I knew, and not betrayed your trust.
Indeed, you should have.
As I said, I'd like to make up for it and help you find your family again.
How do you intend to do that?
As you now know, I knew your mother. We had trouble communicating at first, of course, but we gradually learned to understand one another. She was important in her village. Based on what I know today, I think she was a Donegad. She told me her name, Arelwyn, and told me about her family. She even gave me a pendant for you. You were only a child, so I gave it to Mrs. de Sade for safekeeping.
She gave me a necklace when I went to say goodbye to her. She said it was a family heirloom. Did my mother tell you the name of her village?
No. But I'm sure the Norts can help us. They were the ones who took your mother to the continent.
It was such a long time ago. How can I find out if they remember?
The Norts record everything down to the gentlest breeze. They must have written something in a logbook somewhere. So, do you want to try and find out where you come from? Do you want to find your relatives?
Yes. All this is so new to me. But I suppose so, yes.
Let's go then.
Alright. Alright, so now... Oh, talking to the Knots again. It always comes back to the fucking Knots. Like, did I just miss out on all the quests that deal with the other factions? Go down to the port. What up, Admiral?
De Sade, what can I do for you?
Are you my mom?
I have come to talk to you about a personal matter.
After what I revealed to you, I was sure you would come back to find me. What would you like to know?
You told me that I was born on one of your ships. From a native captured on the island.
We'd like to know about this woman's origins.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I did not take part in those expeditions. And our old archives are far from here.
Is there no one on TF who can help us? Please.
Very well. I do know an old captain who could perhaps help you out.
Where can he be found?
His ship is moored in the port of Hikmet, if I'm not mistaken. His name is Captain Lissandro.
Thank you for your help, Admiral.
De Sarde,
Yes, Admiral?
don't get too caught up in the past. That one in particular. Nothing good will come of it.
Whether or not we choose to get caught up in it, Admiral, the past always catches up with us. Sadly, I'm paying the price of this.
Okay. So I have to go all the way over there. I'm gonna talk to Constantine first, since I'm here. Something very important. I gotta buy some bullets.
Welcome! It's such a pleasure. Have you seen anything?
First of all. Gunner's beret. While that is a really... I kind of like that hat, but it's not as good as the Discoverer's hat that I already have on. Ooh. Can't see anything.
Thank you for your visit.
Oh, crap.
Welcome! It's such a... Have you seen it?
Buy ammo, all of it, every single time. I'm sitting on a ton of cash. I should look and see if there's anything worth buying. Oh my god, there's some really cool stuff here.
Thank you for your visit.
Oh.
Welcome! It's... Have you...
I don't mean to be backing out the whole way every time. Okay. So, slightly better gun, but it does less armor damage. And the armor damage is honestly what I use the gun for. Alright, I think I'm good for now.
See you soon.
Borage.
The best forge in tier. Oh, it's you on Olmenawi. Come and see. Bertir to mud on Olmen. Do you want to see the...
Yes, he sells bullets.
You will always be welcome here.
That guy's awesome. Ah. The one thing, like, completing the main quest stuff, I always worry that I'm gonna, like, trigger some irreversible plot event. So, who do I have left for side quests? Petra and Afra. Petra's and Afra. I'm hesitating to do Afra's because the last time I did hers, I lost a lot of reputation with the natives. Like, it pissed a ton of people off.
My fair cousin! Come closer and tell me what brings you...
I wanted to inform you of our progress in the attempt to discover a cure. As you advised me, I followed the leads shared by our allies, none of which led anywhere. However, they pointed in the same direction, towards a sort of god that the natives worship. They call him Enon Mil Frichteman, the god of many faces. He is very powerful and protects the island.
How can you be sure that it's not some sort of myth? Even a superstition?
I saw it take shape with my own eyes during a ritual. It is possible that the Malachor is the expression of its vengeance.
You are referring to the secret we unearthed. The entire continent is paying today for the errors of our grandparents. It is a terrifying perspective.
But if it were true, he must also be able to help us heal.
Katasak, my friend. I saw you flinch hearing that name. You are familiar with this being.
All of the Donegada know him, even in their flesh. He is Tirfredi. It is with him we make our bond, but I would be surprised that he is at the origin of your sickness. He is generous and only rages when attacked and wounded.
I fear that that is exactly what we did. Cousin, I know that I ask much of you, but I have no choice. You need to go and find this magical being. I won't survive for much longer. Beg him. Offer him all that he wants, but we must have this remedy. I need it.
I shall do all in my power, Constantine. I promise you. But is there a way to communicate with him? I was already sent to fight a guardian under that pretext, in the hopes that it would kill me.
There is a way so sacred that even we Donegada cannot use it. Enon Mil Frichteman decides. It is not I who judges your intentions. Go and find Glendan, the sage of the village council of Dorhagenadu. If he deems you worthy, he will guide you. To be able to speak with him, you must present this seal. It will prove that you are the friend of a member of the council.
I had no idea that such a talisman was required.
You have not yet been named Mal of your clan, Siora, daughter of Bladned. When this has come to pass, we will give you a seal that allows you to give voice to your friends when visiting the council.
It is a symbol of great trust. Why are you awarding me this?
I do not wish to lose the soul who has put their life in my hands. And also, you have proven you are our friend back there in my village.
Thank you, Katasak. I will not forget this honor you bestow upon me. And thank you, fair cousin, for everything.
Okay, so I wonder how that would have played out had I not already, had I not chosen this guy. Because I think there were other options, other healers I could have gone to with the Bridge Alliance and the other folks, the Sunshine ones. Fuck, I can't remember their names. But had I gone to them, I do wonder if maybe, what's this? I do wonder if maybe going to them would have resulted in me not having, having to do some other side quest to get that item. Or, well, I'd hate to think that they would just basically say, hey, you lose, or that Constantine dies. But it'd be interesting if that were the case. I may want to look that up after this. 5 more bullets. Ah! Alright, 25 bullets, that's pretty good.
Thus thank the enlightened that a captain who took part in these expeditions is right here on the island.
It is indeed a stroke of luck. I hope he remembers my mother.
Do not worry. If his memory fails him, he may have kept his diary from that time.
I'm terrible at navigating these cities. There you are. What up, bro?
Hello there. My name is Desade. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
I am Captain Lysandro. Pleased to meet you. I don't believe I've had the pleasure before. Yet your face seems familiar. How odd. Well, what can I do for you?
Admiral Cabral advised me to speak to you about a matter of some concern to me.
The Admiral? Coming from a legate, I should have expected that. So?
You're the only one on this island that can help me.
Really? Oh, I think I understand. That's why your face looked familiar. The congregation is good at keeping its secrets, isn't it? This story is not a new one.
25 years. 25 years since the Nauts brought a woman who was captured on this island to Serene.
I remember, and yet it wasn't the first time. But on that occasion, a child was born.
So you can understand why we'd like to learn where this captive came from.
Yes, yes. I have seen more than a few Nauts looking for their parents. But what have you got to do with all this?
I met that woman in Serene. I got to know her well.
Listen, it's not that I don't want to help you, but my memory is no longer what it was. I wasn't the captain at the time. I wasn't the one who decided where we moored the ship. So I don't see how I can help you find out where this woman came from.
Oh. Ah, look at that. Intuition.
You said it yourself, Captain. You've come across more than a few Nauts looking for their parents. Sea-born, sea-given. All of them were torn from their roots, even if they found a new family. And you've clearly had the same experience.
Absolutely. You are indeed the child that was born on our ship. You speak like one of our own. Very well. I need to look in my old logbooks. I'm sure I'll find something. Wait for me here. I'll be an hour at the most. Here it is. I found my old logbook. There's a passage in it that would probably interest you. Your mother came from a village on the plains in the southeast of the island. I'm talking about a place where the bones of the whale are visible from the coast. I believe the natives call it Vignamri.
Thank you for this information, Captain.
It's nothing. I'm getting sentimental in my old age. Good luck to you.
So here you are on the verge of discovering your mother's village, of finding your own people. How do you feel?
I don't really know. I'm a little lost, I suppose. All of this is so new to me.
I understand. Mrs. de Sade was loving. She raised you with tenderness. And today you learn she is not your real mother. I'm sorry.
Just thinking in terms of story tropes, I'm gonna get there and the village is gonna be, like, destroyed or something. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that there's more to this quest line, because I find it kind of interesting. Although, with some of the character side quests, I feel like some of them have a lot more to them. Like, Petrus's seems to have quite a bit to it. But, I don't know, Siora's didn't. There was the whole Civil War thing and, like, stopping her parents from engaging in something. I don't remember much of that. And this is what comes from taking about, like, a 5 or 6 month break from doing this Let's Play. Kind of, yeah, lost track of it. But, let's see. Hey, did you restock your bullets? Nope. Oh, whoa, hold up. I should start spending some of this cash. Let's buy a whole bunch of health potions. Oh, major health potions. Yeah, I'll buy some of those too. I have over 3 grand and I've barely spent any of it. I think I bought a new sword at one point. And that was about it. Oh. Speaking of. Did I find... Magic regen. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to give him the magic regen. I want more of that. Alright, nice. Get you some boots. Not really any better. Down on lockpicking, but up on vigor. Yeah, that's a bit better. I'll re-equip him. Although he loses these baller shoulder pads. Oh shit. Have I been here before? I must have, because I had the fast travel point. More ammo.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I recently found out that my mother came from your village.
Your mother was from Vignamri. Now I understand why your face seems so familiar to me.
Indeed. She was captured before my birth and sent to the continent.
She was called Arelwyn. Did you know her?
Of course. Everyone here remembers her kidnapping.
Could you tell me more about that?
I was not the head of the clan back then. It was a very long time ago. But I remember the village Donegad. Kidnapped by the people of the sea. All our warriors set off to her rescue. But it was all in vain. Most of them died. Including the one she loved. It was a dark day. In which our village lost its knowledge and strength. In one blow.
So my father died too. Do you know if any members of my family are still alive?
Yes. Slan. Your mother's sister. She then became our Donegad. She was never able to match her sister's talent. Too much knowledge had been lost. Relwyn was a renowned healer across all of Teofradi. Taking her place was not an easy task.
It's not surprising that she was of interest to the congregation. They probably hoped she could help them find a cure for the Malachor. But all alone, far from the island. She was just a young, frightened woman who had lost all her powers.
Do you know where I can find my aunt?
You could try her house, but she's rarely there. She is an elderly woman now, and very much enjoys her own company. She doesn't speak much to me. But others here can probably tell you where to find her.
Thank you, Ulan.
Anything else?
Nothing. I must go.
Alright. Still a family member. And I... Okay, so I've been to this village already. All along, this was my hometown.
What do you think of the chief of your village?
He seems quite friendly, compared to the others we've run into.
A bit too friendly, if you ask me. A little too concerned with pleasing the settlers.
And do you think that's a bad thing?
He reminds me of myself when I was younger. And that's not a compliment. My fear is that he serves his own ambition. And this is often done at the expense of others. There's no one here. Let's go and ask the inhabitants of the village if they know where to find her.
The islanders protect their Donegad. I don't know if they'll speak to some Renaigse.
Don't forget, you are one of them after all.
Hello.
Renaigse. Do you need help, Renaigse?
Actually, yes. I am looking for the village Donegad.
Oh. And what do you want from her?
Ulan told me that she could help me to find someone.
Ulan must have wanted to play a dirty trick on you. There's no love lost between Ulan and the Denegad. She says that he loves the people from your island too much. But Ulan saved our village. Anyway, if you want to find her, try heading towards the western plains. I am not sure if she is there right now, but she likes going for walks there.
I am extremely grateful.
Okay. That was easy. Just had to ask the first random Yahoo standing right outside of her house. And that was it. That's the wrong way. I didn't want to have to fight like 18 bears if I didn't have to. Ooh, a chicken. Can I kill this thing? Magnificent feather. Oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't sold my junk in a while.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Dude, this sword looks badass. I'm so... Beast Essence is still one of the funniest names for an item.
There's a woman over there, surrounded by animals. It
Okay.
looks like she may be in danger. May the enlightened protect me in this
Looks like she might be in danger as she gets rammed by a wild boar.
Well, thank you for stepping in. I don't understand what has happened. Usually these animals accept me. Something must have frightened them.
We are glad we arrived at the right time. We would have been very upset if something had happened to you.
Excuse me, but are you Slan, the Donegad of Vignamri?
Yes, that's me. Were you looking for me?
Yes, we were. If you would allow us, we'd like to accompany you and tell our story along the way.
Very well. I will walk by your side.
This is the story we have pieced together.
I just can't believe it. Yet, if I think about it, your face reminds me of hers.
My mother, or better, the woman who raised me, gave me this necklace.
A Relwyn gave it to me, to give to her child, and I passed it on to Mrs. de Sade.
It looks familiar. Your father had given it to your mother when they bound. It's good that you are wearing it today. My poor beloved Relwyn, who died far away from us all, and divorced Tiersay. I still miss her so much.
She wanted me to help her die. But I was unable to do such a thing. Someone would have figured it out. I would have been sent back to Ptolemy, and I would have lost everything. So I watched her suffer. And one day she died.
Petrus, I cannot hold it against you for letting her live.
No, you don't understand. I loved her. I loved her, and I didn't even have the strength to end her suffering. She's the only woman I've ever loved.
I never would have guessed.
Everyone loved Relwyn. She was marvelous.
You cannot blame yourself, man of the light. What's more, you brought me her child. For that alone, she would forgive you if she were among us. All is well now. The child of Tia Fradi has returned home, and with him, the spirit of his mother. You are home, my Duktaram. Welcome.
Petrus, I wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Despite everything you know about me?
You may have been a bit cowardly in the past, to the point of letting the woman you loved suffer. You were manipulative and you lied to everyone, including yourself. But thanks to what you've told me, I've been able to find my family and my origins. And for that, I thank you.
My child. What you're saying touches me more than you can imagine. At least I've done something good for once in my deceitful life. For you, and for her. I hope the Enlightened will remember this when I stand before him.
Oh, man. Alright, friendly with Petrus now. Oh, that was an interesting resolution to it. Little moment with some feels. Alright. That being said, this should probably be the end of the part. I'm already over the time I normally like to keep these two. The next thing I guess I'll do... should I do Afra's? I think I've upped my relationship with the natives enough that I can take another hit. Well, either way, that's for the next part. If you've been watching, and if you've watched to this point, thank you, and hopefully you'll tune in again soon.